The return of manhood, you feel it in the air. No simp moves here, now I move with flair. Her debit card works too, so don't get it twisted. Deal with women strictly on the terms enlisted. Keep it simple, boy, learn the truth. The weak play games, but the strong bring proof. She can't shake a man who owns his terms. Returning the fire and the world gon' burn. Tag it 20, you know the name. Dropping lessons on her name, playing the same. No pedestal, nah, don't elevate low. A queen only follows when the king says go. Too many masked up trying to impress. Losing themselves, caught up in the stress. Be the man, don't fold for the crowd. Speak your truth, strong will, stand proud. If she's in your life, she earns a spot, but a king never bends for a second thought. No validation needed, power on reserve. Rule your world, let her match your nerve. Yeah, manhood restored, the king's in the game. Cags acting 20, remember the name. Strictly on your terms, you know what to do. Her debit card works, but the throne's on you.
You can't handle the truth.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me plug the joint right quick. She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. Y'all know my favorite word. I'm going to hit y'all with that right about now. Deference. Humble submission and respect. This is what I want guys to understand. And I want women to understand it as well. Because a lot of women, the way that they move, the way that they move and the things that they say is a blatant contradiction in terms. It's a blatant contradiction. When women say they want a submissive man, but yet they want him to wait for sex, that is a blatant contradiction. Listen to what I'm telling you. She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. Here's the thing. To submit means to relinquish control. Just in case people don't really understand what the fuck submissive or to submit means. That means to relinquish control. You relinquish control. And you follow someone else's lead, right? But here's the thing, and I will say this to any woman. You should only be relinquishing control to a man you see value in, even if it's value in that particular aspect or that particular moment in time. You see value in dealing with that man, whether it's tangible or intangible, right? She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. Deference, humble submission and respect. A woman must not only relinquish control outside of the bedroom, but she must also relinquish control when it comes to decide when shit happens in the bedroom, right? Again, it's a blatant contradiction for a woman to say, I want a submissive man. I want a dominant, assertive man who's a take charge man that's going to allow me to make him wait to fuck me. Okay, wrap your mind around what I just said. I want a dominant, take charge, transparent, meaning he's straight up, right? He doesn't miss his words. He's very assertive, very decisive about what he wants, but I want him to wait to fuck me. I want him to wait to fuck me when I'm ready. So I want him to deal with me on my terms. I want him to be dominant, though. I want him to be assertive, though. I want him to be take charge, though. I want him to be the type of man I can submit to, but I won't submit to him. She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Now, this drop is brought to you due in part by a Facebook post I encountered. So the Facebook post, this is the question they were asking. What's a mistake most guys make when they're trying to get a girlfriend? Right? Now, let me just speak to that. Number one, I don't think no grown-ass man should be out here looking for a girlfriend. Great. I don't think a grown man should be sitting at home saying to himself, I want a girlfriend. Let me go to the bar tonight and meet a chick that I'm going to make my girlfriend. I don't think men should move that way, right? What I think men should do is focus on building the type of life they want for themselves. And then when they do go out and they encounter women, you meet the young lady. You don't have any unrealistic expectations of the young lady. You enjoy her company just like she should be enjoying your company. If you guys are sexually attracted to each other, you fuck. If you're not sexually attracted to each other, leave her alone. If you are sexually attracted to each other and you end up fucking, and both of you mutually decide you want to explore more, then you go forward and you do that mutually. When we talk about compatibility, that's essentially what compatibility is. We met, we're both mutually attracted to each other, we talk to each other, we're still compatible, right? We fucked, we're still compatible, sexually and non-sexually. Boom, we're spending time together. Everything is still good. So all we're doing is stringing together moments. That's all this shit is. All of this shit is moments in time, like the quilt of life. You're literally stringing together moments in time. And the moment you run into a situation where you can't keep stringing and you got to stop, that means you have reached a disruption in your life. And that disruption is a woman who ain't trying to fuck with you on your terms. So you need to get her out the way so you can come across another woman you can continue to string together moments in time with. That's all this shit is. It's not difficult. She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. So here's the thing. In that Facebook, underneath that Facebook post, there were women that were talking about, oh, it's a turnoff when guys move too fast. They say inappropriate things too soon, and all of this bullshit, right? Because it's bullshit, right? So this is why I'm telling you guys, she's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex, right? And this is what women have to understand. Women have to be honest with themselves. Do you want a dominant man to submit to, or do you want a submissive man? Because see, this is what women, if you pay attention to how women act and what they say, this is what they want. This is what some women want, not all women. They want a situation where the submission is interchangeable. Okay, listen to me. They want a situation where submission is interchangeable, where they take turns with the man submitting to each other. This is why the use of the word partner is so prevalent. This is why guys use the word partner, because most guys are submissive males. Most guys submit to women. I need guys to understand that. Okay, we talked about this on a Real Game No Theory joint months ago. That men are actually more submissive than women are nowadays, right? Men submit to women all the time, right? The guys that are flying women out, who do you think is submitting? The guy is. Guys that are leading with their wallet, who do you think is being submissive? The guy is. Passport bros, they're the most submissive men on earth. Anytime, guys, anytime you go about doing things to try and win the woman over or convince the woman that you're the one, you're submitting to her. You are relinquishing control. You are relinquishing control, and you're saying, what do I got to do to appease you? What do I got to do to please you? What do I got to do to get on your good side? Right? Now, it's not even a question where guys are asking. Guys are actually doing the thing that they think they need to do, which is the spending of money. Anytime guys start spending money, they are literally putting themselves in the subservient role. It's not even submissive at this point, because being subservient has way more of a negative connotation than being submissive. They're being subservient at this point. because they're bowing down to the whim or the will of the woman. They're saying, all women want this. I hear all the time that women want men with money. I got money. Let me show her. So you're bowing down to the will of the woman or to the will of what you think she wants. You're the submissive one. So a lot of guys who have this mindset of, oh, it's my job to pay all of the bills, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with paying all of the bills. But when you have the mindset of, that's my job, that's my duty as a man. I'm not a man unless I'm paying all of the bills and I'm taking care of a woman. She shouldn't have to do nothing but wake up, chill all day, and go back to sleep. And I'm the one getting to the money, taking care of everything, right? And guys who think it's supposed to be that way, these are subservient men. These are guys who believe in the term partner, right? Just like women believe in the term partner, it's because they don't believe, in many cases, in defined gender roles. See, when you talk about defined gender roles, then it's clear who should be the submissive one. Okay, listen to what I'm telling you. When you talk about defined gender roles, it's clear who should be the submissive one, right? Versus the one who's leading, right? This is why you even have guys that say, oh, we got a relationship with no gender roles, because they submit to the woman. Whether they consciously or subconsciously understand this, they're submitting to the woman and they think it's okay. Now, hey, if you can squeeze a healthy relationship out of that bullshit, do you, buddy? Do you? So, again, she's not submissive. She wants you to wait for sex. Excuse me. She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. Let me share something with y'all. Again, she's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going to share something with you guys. I don't know if I talked about this before. I may have talked about bits and parts of certain things. So to the young lady, there's a young lady that listens to me. So when she hears this story, she's going to automatically think of an encounter that her and I had, right? So I want her to understand, baby girl, this chill. Like it's all good, right? It's all good. Right? So some time back, all right, I met this young lady, right? And when we first, well, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to say this, right? Because if I got too detailed about it, there's other people outside of her and I that will know what I'm talking about, and I'm just trying to keep it cool. So let me just say this. So one particular scenario, I'll put it that way. One particular scenario where her and I encountered each other. There was a discussion that was very sexual, but it wasn't about me fucking her or her fucking me per se. It wasn't like her and I talking about what we're going to do to each other. It wasn't sexual like that. It was more so just a lot of sexual tension, sexual undertones, sexual overtones. You know what I'm saying? It was just that kind of being thrown about, right? But it was a very organic conversation. Now, during the conversation, although I'm being very playful with the young lady, you know what I'm saying? I'm being touchy, I'm being playful. I wasn't really trying to fuck her though, right? And I believe I might have told her this too, right? I wasn't even trying to fuck you like that, right? I wasn't even trying to. I was just having fun with her, right? But what ended up happening was she was interested, right? She was interested. She all but let me know that there was interest there, and then that's what made me say, you know what? I was just having fun, but fuck it, I'll explore it, right? I'll explore it. So I wasn't necessarily pressed to fuck her, right? Now, what ended up happening was we had a conversation after that, right? So we exchanged contact information. We had a conversation after that. And she told me that she was practicing abstinence. And I said, all right, that's what's up. But I essentially told her yeah, that's cool, but if you fucking with me, we fucking though. Right? I essentially told her that. That's cool. I can respect the fact that you're practicing abstinence. I mean, good for you, right? But if you're fucking with me, we're fucking though, right? So, so she was still showing interest at this point, right? She was still showing interest. But this is what I noticed, right? This is what I noticed real quick, right? Let me plug the joint real quick. She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. So one of the things that she noticed about me was that I have a very domineering or dominant personality, if you will, right? Very assertive, very take charge, right? Looking to quarterback the situation and move the interaction along the way I want it at my pace, right? I just have that kind of way about me, right? So she's noticing this and she's liking it, right? So much so that she tells me she's been waiting. Now, peep the title, right? Peep the title. So much so, and baby girl, if you still watch my shit, you know, it's all good, right? But I gotta tell it though. And I hope she's watching because I want her to get something from this, right? And I don't know if she's dating anybody now or what she got going on, but I just want, just in case she is single right now or might be single later, I want her just to understand something, right? So she's liking the dominant shit. She's liking the fact that I'm dealing with a take charge man because she says her whole life, she says, I've been waiting for a man to submit to my whole life, a certain type of man my whole life. And she felt I was exhibiting that type of behavior, right? Where she felt like I've been waiting for this, right? So essentially she said, I've been waiting for a man like you to submit to, right? But she's talking about she practiced an abstinence though, right? She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. Now, I told that story to say this. There's going to be times when you encounter two types of women. Okay, listen to what I'm telling you, and I'm about to finish it with this. There's going to be times where you encounter two types of women. Now, I'm saying there's way more than two types. But for the purpose of what I'm trying to express to you now, there's going to be many occasions where you encounter two types of women. Okay? Both these types of women are going to attempt to make you wait for sex. Both of them. Girl A is a woman who is not sexually attracted to you at all. But she's giving you the misleading impression that her interest in you is genuine. But she already knows she's never going to fuck you. You don't know that. And she's not going to tell you that. And the reason why she won't tell you that is because she knows you won't give her no more attention. She knows the chances of you offering a date is slim to none. She knows this. She knows the compliments, the validation, all of these different things that you're giving is going to dry up. She knows this. So it's in her best interest to keep the allure going, the possibility that sex can happen. If all you got to do is play your cards right, date her, show her a good time, be on your best behavior, don't be pushy with the sex, don't be talking about inappropriate shit too soon, because that's how you shame you. That's how women shame you guys. They literally turn you motherfuckers from a lion to a domestic tabby cat by shaming you, right? And that Facebook post that I shared with you, that's exactly what they were trying to do. Oh, man, hey, bringing up inappropriate shit too soon, you know, making me feel uncomfortable, that's going to turn me off. The only women who feel uncomfortable about talking about sex are women who are talking about, excuse me, let me rephrase it. Because I want guys to get this. The only time women feel uncomfortable with a man bringing up sex too soon is a man they don't want to fuck. Period. They don't want to fuck you, right? Or, which brings me to girl B. Remember, I said two types of chicks who try and stall you out for the sex, right? Right? Again, She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. Two types. The first chick, she ain't trying to fuck you at all. The second chick is a woman who has pondered the possibility of having sex with you, and she hasn't taken the prospect of fucking you off the table. It's something that she's still kicking around, right? And she could be attracted to you sexually to a degree. Remember, there are levels to sexual attraction. There are levels to it, which is why you'll have women that will fuck you now versus women who will fuck you later, because there are levels to sexual attraction, right? Now, so she's not opposed to having sex with you. She just wants you to wait and do it on her terms at a time of her choosing. And the reason why this is because she has an agenda. And that agenda is for someone to date her seriously. That agenda is to get into a relationship. And she's identified you as a person she could potentially do that with. So in order for her to institute her agenda and for it to come to fruition, she has to make you wait. At least that's how she views it. She has to make you wait because she has to feel like once she gives you the pussy that you're going to stick around beyond just the sex, and it won't be just sex. But not only that, in many cases, not only does she want you to stick around, but she wants to feel like she's the only one that you're fucking, which is some silly shit, right? She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. There is no such thing as a dominant, authoritative, assertive, transparent man who's decisive. He knows what he wants. He's a take charge man, but he submits to the woman's will to wait for sex. No. In order for you to be submissive and you relinquish control of your sexual life, so I need you guys to understand something. When you wait for sex, that's what you're doing. I don't care if you're fucking somebody else or not. Okay, it doesn't even matter. This particular woman that you want to fuck, you are relinquishing your control over your sex life with this particular woman. Period. You are making alterations to your sex life at the behest of this woman that you're waiting for. You're submitting. You're giving up control. I need guys to understand that. So when a lot of women say, oh, I want this type of man, but I want a guy who's going to wait until I'm ready. Basically what they're saying is, I want an assertive man who exhibits passive traits. That's what they're initially saying, or essentially saying. I want an assertive man who exhibits passive traits. And then when they get that man, they wonder why they lose interest down the line. Because if he's submitting to you now in the beginning, he'll submit to you later. And then eventually what will happen is he'll be the type of guy that don't know how to say no. He'll be the type of guy that if him and his woman get into a disagreement, he won't check her on it because he doesn't want to upset her. Why? Because he doesn't want her to say, oh, I'm upset now. I don't want to have sex tonight. So in the beginning, he submitted to her and waited for sex on her terms. So during the course of the relationship, that's going to manifest itself again. And once a woman realizes you're the type of guy that she can control with sex, she'll lose respect for you anyway. So some of the very things that women say they want is the very things they end up getting that make them despise a man later on down the road. She's not submissive if she wants you to wait for sex. I'm out.